I think that every young woman needs a wand in her life. When I was 16 years old, my mom bought me my first vibrator, and it was a corded wand with 2 settings. The first setting was like, God damn, and the second setting was like, oh my God. But I 10 out of 10 feel like that was one of the best parenting decisions that my mom ever made when it came to just me and my growth as a young woman. So I always recommend wands as being the first toy that a young woman experiences, but I also think that they're perfect for the intermediate and the advanced. And so I created this video to tell you all about why I am obsessed with all things wand. And hopefully by the end of this, you will love the wand just as much too. Hi beautiful souls, I am so excited for yet another toy review with you all. As you probably know already based on the intro, today's episode is all about the wand massager. Now as always, I'm going to start off with my personal testimonial of how I feel about said toy today, which is the wand massager, the original plug-in version. And then I'm going to give y'all all of the details that you need to know to be able to make a very informed decision for yourself as to if this toy is the right toy for you or not. Now, first things first, I will say, if my vulva loves it or hates it, then that's my vulva's opinion. And it might not be your vulva's same opinion. So you might decide to get it and your vulva loves the heck out of it. It loves the weight of it. It loves the feel of it. Or you might get it and it's a little bit of an adjustment. But I just want to make sure that I mention that because with toy reviews, a lot of people try to make them be so generic. My toy review is based on my vulva and your vulva maybe thinks something differently. So just keep these things in mind when I'm talking about what I love about this toy versus what I hate. And then like I said, make a decision that's informed. All right, so let's just dive in. Insert dolphin sound. So upon opening the box, when I first received my lay wand, I must say it was way freaking bigger than I thought it was. I'm actually gonna go grab the box so that I can show y'all exactly how big it is. I don't even think I can fit it in frame. Like I don't even know if you can see this whole thing, but it's very, very big. And it comes like very nicely packaged. It has like a travel bag enclosed. Congratulations on the purchase of your little wand, plug-in vibrating massager. They show you that you can get tips on their website. And I do want to show y'all this part because I do think this is very special. If you are in another country that may require a different kind of plug, they've gone ahead and given you the plugs for the outlets of said country. So I know like the European outlet, it's one of these. I went there a couple of years ago for the first time, maybe the last. But yeah, so I love that this is just very thoughtful, especially being that I have been in a situation where I've been in a foreign country and the outlets are not what I'm used to, especially when it comes to like sex toys and phone chargers. I think that those are 2 very important things. But then of course the travel case comes inside. So that's how your original wand comes packaged and delivered to you. Then when I held it, I was like, oh, it's a little heavy, isn't it? It's a little heavy. But then I thought back to some conversations that I've had with women that are living in bodies that might be a little bit larger than mine. And they were telling me that certain toys that I may enjoy, they're actually not able to enjoy, or they're able to enjoy it in a different way. So for instance, like I have my micro mini wand, right? I love it. I absolutely love my micro magic wand. But if you may have a longer way to go or a little bit more to get around on your body, then maybe the smaller wand isn't necessarily the best for you. Maybe you do need something that's a little bit weighted and that does pack a punch. And so although the micro magic wand does pack a punch for me, it might not pack a punch for everybody. Or you may be in a body that is exactly like mine or totally different, but you desire or don't desire the heaviness. Again, y'all, it really is just all about preference and opinions, but I just want to make note of that for my thicker ladies out there. I'm trying to be so politically fucking correct, and it's like, y'all are fucking thick and fabulous. And it's so funny because people are always like, oh, you'll be like, oh, you're like, they'll be like, oh, I'm so fat. And they'll be like, oh, no, you're so beautiful. And the person will be like, I didn't say I wasn't beautiful, bitch. I just said I was fat. Like, I don't know why we feel like we always have to follow, like, I know why, because it's society. And so society makes us think that when we're talking about bigger bodies, because there has been so much shame and stigma surrounding bigger bodies, that we have to add a compliment now to it so that they know that this is no shade. We are genuinely and truly admiring your body. But for my thicker, fabulous ladies out there, I think the wand is perfect for you based on its size. Now, again, this is the original. So after using the toy, honestly, the weight of it doesn't piss me off. I actually really appreciate the weight of it. I don't know if y'all have ever been pleasuring yourselves or being pleasured by someone, but you feel this pressure on your like abdomen or like lower stomach, and then it seems to increase the orgasm. There is actually a legitimate science to it. I write about it in my book, so check that out once it's published. But I think it's important with this as well, because I like to think of this as like a weighted toy. There's actually really no reason why it's so heavy, so I'd like to think that it is legitimately made for this purpose. So on a rating of like orgasms, I would give my orgasm rating, I'll say an 8. I'll say an 8 because I feel like it definitely gives me deep rumble. I'm gonna plug it in so that you can like hear all the settings and stuff, but it definitely gives me a deep rumble, a nice vibration. But also the like orifice or the head of the wand is bigger than all of my other wands, and so that means it covers and vibrates on more of my vulva, which I think I probably love the most of this. So if I ever feel like I need like pinpointed smaller sensations, then okay, I'll use one of my smaller wands. But sometimes I just want my entire vulva to feel good at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this helps me a lot. And patterns, I love the patterns. I love when patterns are thoughtfully made. So if I was going to rate the patterns, I would rate them, damn, you know, there's only a couple of toys out there that I will rate the patterns a 10, but we'll just go through them and then I'll rate those at the end. So now is the part of the testimonial where I tell you how many orgasms I believe I have with this toy. In a row, I'd say I lost count. And you know what that means here. If you lose count, it was a good day, all right? So I will say that I've gotten to at least 7, which means that this is not an overwhelming vibrator that makes my vulva hurt. You know, I don't know if you've ever had a vibrator that literally overstimulates your vulva to the point where it's like, this doesn't feel good afterwards. Like, it felt good in the moment and now it doesn't feel good afterwards. This has not done that to me, so I'm very grateful for that. And I also do not have to go very high on the settings when it comes to this. So yeah, definitely passed my orgasm meter. Didn't take much to have to pass the orgasm meter or like bypass it. It's off the Richter scale. So yeah, now let's dive into the specs. Before I dive into the specs, I do just need to show y'all how long this cord is. A lot of people always ask me why I prefer corded toys, and honestly, I'm so bad at charging my toys, it's like not even funny. Oops, got a kink. Got a kink. But yeah, I realized that I'm just not, like my ADHD, and then it's like, what? I have 57 toys, y'all. So it's like, which one is charged? I don't know. So yeah, I think it's very important to have corded toys where you just don't feel like waiting for your favorite toy to be charged. So I'm gonna stand up so that y'all can see exactly how long this cord is. Can you see me? Okay. Damn. I don't even know if it's not even gonna fit in the hole. Okay, maybe if okay. You still can't really see, but it's like, and I'll get the exact length. Look at how much cord it is. Can you even see me? Oh, okay, yeah. It's so much cord. All right. Okay, my lovelies, it's time for the features. First, let's talk about the height. The height is going to be 340 millimeters or 13.39 inches. And as for the diameter, it's going to be 62.18 millimeters or 2.45 inches. We also love that she's made of body-safe silicone and ABS plastic. So the part that goes on your vulva is going to be made of the body-safe silicone, and the part that is going to go in your hand is made with the ABS plastic, which is a safe plastic to use for toys. And last but not least, she weighs in at 1.29 pounds or 585 grams. But there are 2 more things that are very important about her, and I'm going to mention them in this very next segment. All right, everybody, it's time for us to check out all of the intensities and patterns of the wand. It's going to be 10 intensities and 6 patterns. Let's dive in. Okay, so let me see if I can intuitively turn this on the way I think I remember it being turned on. Hey! All right, so this is what I'm assuming is setting 1, which is kind of crazy. In the words of Jeremiah from Love Island, it's kind of nuts. So this is setting 1, 2, you hear the difference, 3, 4, 5 is crazy, 6, 7, this did start to rumble, it's like vibrating a bit, 8, oh, if you let that go full, 9. This is 10. All right, this is 10. That's how loud it is. That's how strong it is. It's like a fucking solid vibration though. And I feel like it's a great mix of a rumble and a vibration. And it's hitting everywhere. Oh wow, okay, this is very tantalizing. Now we're gonna go back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and that was off. Okay, so we got the 10, it's the 10 intensities. I can't even talk, wow, okay. Couple of things. As a neurodivergent girly, I'm very aware of all of the senses that are happening at one time. So that's why I mentioned like, oh, the handle is shaking. But again, like it all depends on your body, on your mood, right? And I love this wand. I don't have any complaints about any of the wands that I have when it comes to orgasms, you know? But when it comes to functionality, the only thing that I would comment on this wand is that it's just heavy. Like just remove one part of it that's making it heavy and call it a day. But like otherwise, I love this wand. I really do, and I love the size, and I do like the weight of it on my vulva. So those are all 10 intensities. Now I'm going to show you the different patterns that they have, and we're going to listen close. And I will also just say, noise-wise, this was 1, right? Okay. This, I do still get minimal vibrating, but it doesn't bother me when I'm playing with it. And like I said, I think I've only maybe possibly the highest I've gone on intensities was maybe a 3. That's really me pushing it. Like I really don't even know if that's true. And I like to give honest reviews, but that's the one part I will say I don't know if that's true. Okay, so let's do the different patterns. So this is 1. Okay, I love the start and stop. I love it. It's a great pace and a great tempo. You know, I'm very critical about my settings when it comes to like edging and stuff like that. So yeah, this is very important. This is a good one. I've used this before. It's like a if I had to describe it. Okay. Is this just straight, and then so you get like a good build up, and then 1, 2, yeah, another great one. I think that's 3. 4. This is some crazy shit. No, this was, I've never used this one before, but I will be. Whoa. Am I right? Okay. This feels like a good one too. Yeah. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 long. And then this is, I think, back to the original, if I'm not mistaken, which is, I guess, the first pattern or like non-pattern. Okay, yeah. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why all 6 of those patterns are so amazing for a vulva. Tia, take it away. Thank you so much, Tia, for passing it my way. I am so excited to announce that the reason why the patterns are so amazing on the Wand Massager is because this is a woman-owned company. Yes, stop. The press actually started up. Because being a woman-owned sex tech company is something that is like larger than a lot of people can really even comprehend. Especially as somebody who works in the sex tech industry, I'm always here for like big upping women in such a male-dominated space. I think that when I last checked, I think it was like, it's like 3% of black and brown women are in the sex tech field or like the tech field as a whole. And then I think like 5% of all women. That statistic doesn't make sense now that I'm verbalizing it. But let's put the right statistics here. Okay. Yeah, still horrifying. But shout out to Alicia St. Clair for being the owner of the Le Wand and for taking up space in like a male-dominated field. And I really do feel like toys that are made by people with vulvas for people with vulvas are just more thoughtfully made. I really do genuinely feel that way, especially when the owner is genuinely connected to her own vulva and her own pleasure experience. So yeah, I think it is important to definitely check out who is making your toys, where they're coming from. decision about it. So yeah, I definitely love women-owned brands. I think some of my favorite toys are definitely from women-owned brands. Thank you, Tia. All in all, I would definitely say that the Wand massager has not disappointed me at all. I think that it is definitely something to have in your collection. I think that having at least 3 different wands in your collection is very, very smart. And I think that if you are looking for like a hardier wand and would like to support a woman-owned business, then the Lay Wand is it. And I like it, they like kind of specialize in this. They do have a couple of other toys on their site, but I feel like they really focus on the wand. I have not tried the Wand Petite. I'm definitely open for that. And then they also have the Wand Die Cast and the Wand Dive. The Wand Dive is a 100% waterproof massager, as opposed to these are not 100% waterproof. So that is important to remember. So if you do want to learn more about my experience, more about my opinions on Lay Wand, and just more about some of the specifics about what is happening inside and outside of Lay Wand, then head to the Ethereal Pleasure Oasis. You can go to loveatia.com and then check out my blog that is all about the Lay Wand, and it has, like I said, all the information that you will need to be able to enjoy it. Also, if you are tantalized by this video or are just looking to bring more pleasure into your world, whether that is sexual pleasure or just general pleasure and joy, then check out the Ethereal Pleasure Oasis. It's a safe space for the sexually curious and for the pleasurably curious, just for the curious in general, to be able to explore themselves, get to know themselves, and meet themselves again. But again, in a safe sanctuary, like online space. So you are so welcome to join me there. The link is going to be in my description. I love you, I love you, I love you so much with my whole heart. And yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy this now. Don't forget to be kind to yourself and to be kind to animals. Oh my God, it's a